show you how to make tie-dye and what you need to make tie-dye. First, you need a cotton t-shirt or some kind of clothing. It doesn't matter what kind of clothing, but it must be at least 80% cotton. What else you need is a whisk or a fork or a spoon. You also need soda ash. You need some elastic bands, some tie-dye powder or colour. You can't forget your bottles. You also need gloves, it's very important. You also need a bag of some type, and you also need a bucket or a bowl, and you also need hot water. Now I'm going to show you all the different patterns you can use. This is how you make a spiral. Now let me show you again, step by step. Depending on if it's too hard, you can use a fork. And you put it in the middle and push down and spin and spin and spin and spin, and you get a spiral. So that's one way to do a spiral. Now let me show you the other way, step by step. Pinch the middle of the item that you want to use. Pinch, twist, twist, and twist. And what you want to do is grab the fabric and turn it and pull it as tight as you can, as well as pulling it a little bit to get the gaps. Now, what you need to do is put elastic bands over. One across in the middle, and one across on the other side, through the middle. Now, if I flip it around, you now have a spiral. Now, what you want to do is put one colour on each part. And then, when you're done, you'll get a great looking spiral. Now, I'm going to show you a second one. Now, let me show you step by step. This one is called a scrunch. Now what you need to do is grab your hands, put them on the t-shirt, and pinch and scrunch. Like you're scrunching up a piece of paper. And scrunch, and scrunch, and scrunch. What you want is for it to be a little bit messy. That's what you want. So it doesn't matter. It can be wrong, it can be right. Now what you need to do is put the bands over. This time, it doesn't really matter where you place the bands. But the best places to put the bands is where the loose clothing is. See here? You just push it in and put the band over the top. And you can put as many as you want on. You could put 2 or you could put 10. and this is a scrunch. Here's another design. Now let me show you, step by step. Do you remember last time how I showed you a spiral? This one is called a spider spiral. What you need to do is take the sleeve and fold it over, like you're folding clothing. It doesn't really matter if it's not even. Fold it over. Now if you remember last time, you pinched the middle. So pinch the middle, and as well you can use a fork. So let me show you. With a fork, find the middle and twist. Round and round. Sometimes a fork isn't great, but sometimes it can be really good. Now let me show you without a fork and with your hands. This is the way that I like to do it. Find the middle, pinch, and twist, just like the spiral. And find the arms and twist them around. Now we have a spider spiral. Now remember your elastic bands, put them over the exact same as the normal spiral. Both over the middle, and you now have a spiral. Now let me show you another one. Now this one is called a target. Now let me show you step by step. Pull from the middle and up. Now just pull it down, nice, it doesn't matter. Now what you want to do with your elastic bands is place one on the top, like this, one in the middle, and it doesn't really matter if it's straight. And sometimes you can even put one more on, depending on how big the item is. Now I'm going to show you the process of how to begin. First, you need some gloves. Now, don't forget your soda ash. Open it up. And get about 1 cup. It doesn't matter if it's a little bit less, you can always add more. Now what you need to do is pour it in. But I've already put my soda ash in, so I'll just add a little bit. Now this is where having a parent is very important to help you, or a grown-up. What you need is a bucket or a sink with hot water. Now you want to pour it in the bucket with your soda ash. Now you get your whisk, mix it in together. And as you can see, the clothing is getting wet. But this water is not hot, it's cold. So you mix your soda ash in, and this is what it's going to look like, with all your clothing in the bucket. Now you want to wait 15 minutes to half an hour to let the clothing soak in the soda ash. And then your next step is to put your clothes after 15 minutes or half an hour into the wash. Now if you don't get a chance to do your tie-dye today, it doesn't matter. You can leave it in the soda ash for a few days. But what you want to do is once it's done, drain out the water and pour it into the washing machine. Now make sure you put the washing machine on spin. You do not want to rinse out the soda ash, you just want to spin so that it can just get a little bit dry, because right now it's super drenched. It's pretty much the same as tie-dye. The only difference is instead of using bottles, you get your powder, get a big spoon. You could put a little bit or a lot and sprinkle it everywhere, all over. Now this colour is turquoise. You can put as many colours as you want. Maybe put a little bit of orange. You can be as messy as you like. Doesn't really matter. As long as you get some dye on it. Maybe some dark blue. Now you could have one colour or you could have lots of colours. As much or as little as dye as you like. Now that's enough dye. Now this is the fun part. All you need is a bag of ice or just some ice cubes. Now, break it, crush it, open the packet. Now get a handful of ice, and you just want to place it on there, even if it falls off, doesn't matter. And then that's how you do ice dye. Okay, now this is the morning after. Now that the ice, as you can see, has melted. So now we're just going to go through the process of what you have to do for your tie-dye. So as you can see here, there's no more ice, but you can see the colour on the t-shirts. So now what happens is you need to put it in your washing machine and put it on rinse. And rinse it about 2 times and then hang it out to dry and you're good to go. I'm gonna tell you where you can get your supplies from. You can get it at any art shop. I do recommend the tie-dye kit called Jacquard. It comes with everything you need your elastic bands, soda ash, your bottles and powders. So you really don't need anything else. It's definitely good for a beginner, but if you're an advanced person, you're better off buying your bulk supplies.